Hello everybody, it is Sunday the 29th of October. Again, I want to talk about spirituality, about the meaning of the different knowledges that we have gained, or that the enlightened ones have gained, and how to work them in life, because they are the servants of life. Your spiritual body is the servant of life as much as your physical body. You just need to work it correctly, the way that you know how to work your physical body. So it is what Jesus said, what is flesh and what is spirit. Yeah? And then you get a teaching like Christianity or Judaism for that matter, that depict the spiritual as bodies, as angels, as demons, as God, as a being. And they use words that you would use to refer to the physical, like male and female, and they use the same words to describe something spiritual, and there it has got a completely different meaning. Yeah, and then you're asked to sort out what is what. What is spirit and what is body. So really we need a different language, and we need to think about this a little bit differently to describe, to make the clear distinction between body and spirit. Although they interact with each other and they are part of the same experience, but if you're supposed to know what is flesh and what is body, then don't refer to what is spirit as a body. I mean, it's basically the same as if you were thinking of your physical body and you would describe your liver as a separate entity. Something that has got life of its own and great powers. Well, it has great powers, but and then after a really long night out, the first thing you should do in the morning is worship your liver. Because that is what's going to make all the difference. But that is basically what we're doing. We're worshipping the separate parts of the spiritual body as separate entities, worshipping them instead of working them, which is idiotic. So, and I mean, knowledge was given of separate parts of our energy body and what we can do with them and how they work. Now, for instance, the Buddha, I just had it coming up in a conversation. The Buddha, now what actually happened there, if you look at the story, basically he was brought up in riches, in a sheltered place where everything was possible to him, and then he went out of the palace gates into real life and he couldn't hack it. That's basically what happened. So he found a way to detach. And that's again energetically detached from what was going on around him. So he would no longer feel it, he would no longer know it. And that is a great knowledge. That is a great knowledge of how to have time out, which again, rest is a part of life, a necessary part of life. In fact, even the Bible tells you on the seventh day you should take time out. So, there's a way to do it. And that the Buddha actually got knowledge of one function of life, how to take time out, how to rest. But every time that happens, they elevate this one part into all. No, you're not supposed to sit in permanent time out. You're supposed to live. You're supposed to experience life. So, no, that one part is not all. Jesus, everybody, they all did the same. Or in Hinduism, you have actually the different parts, knowledge. of the different parts of life, of the energy body, really. And again, you worship every single part as a god. Now you should know it within yourself and work it. And most likely in the teachings about that part, it will show you, give you knowledge of how to work it. Why you should work it. So again, Jesus bringing the knowledge of compassion, which is, again, our reaction to suffering. It brings to us the knowledge of suffering, where we are connecting to something else and we know it's suffering. And no, again, you should not be in that state all the time, because then all you would know is suffering. But it is a working part of the spiritual body that brings to you a knowledge. And again, every part, and really here we're coming to the angels, brings to you a knowledge. And I was thinking yesterday, the best way to say what they're there for is they should trigger you into desiring a change. So really, being spiritual is being permanently triggered on an energetic level. But that is what they should do. They should, if you were of sound mind, yeah, and you have the knowledge you are going toward danger, then you should be triggered into the desire for a change. Not, oh no, glory, hallelujah, let's all go there, it is the will of God. That is their function, to trigger you into the desire for a change. And then, again, with the last knowledge that Jesus brought, which was how to create change. And that is know that you're being given. Be still and know that you are given, that you will be given. And that is again working your energy body correctly, but not worship. First of all, make the knowledge that Jesus brought into the figure itself, and then start worshipping the figure. And in fact, the figure is no longer here, it is in heaven. So you worship something that is way out there, and think that will save you. No, the correct way is know the knowledge that compassion brings to you, and then desire a change. Be triggered into desiring a change, and then know that you will be given. So, I mean, religion is really taking the separate knowledges of the energies that are created by life and that are serving life. Yeah? It is the experience that creates the spirit, and it is the spirit that serves the experience. Yeah? I am the truth, I am the knowledge, I am the way, and I'm life. Life. And life brought a knowledge through Jesus of one part, of one working part of itself. Not of the entirety of itself, just one working part. And here we go. First of all, make it into the picture. It's Jesus himself. And then remove the picture into heaven. And then start worshipping. Honest to God, you might as well get up in the morning and worship your liver. It's about the same thing in the physical. So I really think, first of all, really we need to get out of, if we need to know what is flesh and what is spirit, then we need to get out of the picture book. And we need to start using a language that makes the distinction. And then we need to know that every part is only a working part, a function of the whole. And that it will lead to a greater experience of life when you work two different bodies, both your physical and your spiritual body. And I also think it would lead to an extension of life. Yeah? I mean, if you look at the book of the gods, and really the ancient gods, you say, oh, well, they are just very human-like. Yeah, because that's what they were. They were made out of different parts, and they had knowledge of their different parts, and they worked their different parts. Yeah? And I mean, even in the ancient stories, the gods don't live forever. But they do die. But heck, they stay around longer than 70. So I think that it is the way to life, to the extension of life, to the experience of life. So again, as you would not worship your liver as an entire body, but you know it as a part of the body. And the body is consciousness as a whole, and those are its working parts. Spiritual body is consciousness as a whole. That is the body, and the others are its working parts and the functions that it can fulfill, and the purpose for those functions. And if we get that straightened out and stop worshipping it but being it, I think then we are on the right path. Anyway, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.